There are some stories that when we hear them, they don't sound real unless it happens to somebody by or somebody that we love. And then we'll believe that, oh, this actually happened. So this is real life. This is the story of a young Cameroonian girl called Lina who was just trying to find her feet, like many of us are trying to do. Hi, my name is Saskia Alessia. Welcome back to my channel. On this section of my channel, we are going to be taking stories that already exist, real life stories that people have shared, and we are going to be rewriting them in my own words, and I'm going to be reading them here with you. If this is something that you like, please subscribe and tell me what you think in the comment section. It started in Bamenda. Lina was just 24, hustling like most women, trying to make ends meet. Then one day her friend Gum came with what seemed like a golden opportunity. Gum said to her, babe, there's this woman helping girls travel to Kuwait. She owns a restaurant there. She'll be cooking, serving food, earning in, plenty dollars. Lena was skeptical. Kuwait, of all places. That sounds like a dream, but I don't have money. How do I get there? Gum convinced her by saying that the lady in question can help cover part of the fees and she'll pay her back when she starts working. That's how it all began, with hope and the promise of a bright future. The woman's name, let's call her Madam B. She spoke kindly. She promised heaven. She had a way with words that made you believe everything she told you and imagine your life changing the minute you stepped foot in Kuwait. Lena couldn't sleep after she spoke with Madam B. She began scraping together money. She emptied her savings. She did little jobs for people, wash clothes, clean homes, small jobs. She even pressed all her debtors' neck. That time, you remember everybody that is owing you 50 francs. You will call everybody because you want to gather money to be able to raise that sum, which she did. And then the money came up to 250,000 francs. She called and told Madam B that, oh, Madam B, I've raised your money. I couldn't raise all because I think the total money was like 1.5 or something, whatever. And then Madam B is like, don't worry, I will complete the money and then give me back when you come here. You come to here is Kuwait when you come to Kuwait. During the phone call with Madam B, she sounded very enthusiastic, very encouraging. Like, don't worry, my daughter, I'll handle everything. Just promise me that when you come here, you'll be serious, you'll be hardworking, you'll not disturb me, you'll be obedient. Lena too is like, oh, madam, thank you. Oh, you're God sent. You know, kind of thing. I promise not to disappoint you. A few weeks later, after the phone call with Madam B, Madam B called her to come to Yaoundé because mind you, Lena is in Bamenda. Called her to come to Yaoundé for like to sign a contract or like to take to sign an undertaking, which is normal. If you're owing somebody money and they say come and sign an undertaking, it's not a bad thing, it's normal. So Lina carried herself and left from Bamenda, came to Yaoundé. When she got to the agency, somebody else came to pick her up. One lady, she was like, let's just say in her mid-40s. She's the person that came to come and take Lina from the airport. She didn't talk much, but she had a stern face. And Lina too was like, she was too tired to even think much. She's like, anyway, some people are like that. She was just, I have a goal. I'm here to sign my undertaking, to sign my contract and wait for my visa to go to Kuwait and change my life. But when this lady came and took her, the ride to wherever they were going to was very silent. Lina was too tired to even be thinking that, oh, and she didn't even want to talk. She was still very tired from her journey. So the silence was okay. When they got to that destination, Lina was expecting like an office building or, an office setting. Then when I entered one house, one small hut like house, she was like, what's happening here? They entered. She said maybe they are coming here to change, to wait, and then maybe go to the next destination, the final destination where they will sign the contract. But no, that was where they were going to. One old looking mud house. It was looking like a shrine. But of course, Lina doesn't want to believe that I've entered the shrine like this. So no, she cannot believe it. So she just sat quiet. She's like, okay, let me observe. One man comes in. He's dark in complexion. He looks like he's been sleeping in mud. He looks like he slept inside mud. Me, I'll say grave. Oh, he's like he slept in the grave last night and forgot to wash his body when he woke up this morning. And I was looking at the man. He's had cowries over his neck. He tied like a red cloth. He held like one scary pot. What's happening? What's this? She's like quiet. She wanted to leave. Something was telling her leave. That kind of thing they say always listen to your instincts. Her something was telling her leave that place. Just turn. You enter through the door. Just turn and go out. Auntie said no. She doesn't know what kept putting her there. She felt like they're pinning her there by force. But nobody was holding her. Like one force was just telling her, sit there, sit there. She was fighting an internal battle with herself and her spirit. Like, go, stay, go, stay. Then she's like, let me see this through to the end. What could it be? After all, my friend Ngum, my trusted friend Ngum, told me that this is okay. She knows people have done it and you work for them. So no problem. Let me come and try my luck. She's not even finished thinking. She just heard that Baba say, repeat after me. If I don't pay up Madam B's money, I will run mad. Hey! Lina say, what, wait. What am I hearing? Run mad. Madness enter the thing since which day? But by the time she was thinking to herself, oh, should I not, should I not? That madam that brought her there just hit her shoulder like, oh yeah, talk. She said it. She was trembling. She was panicking. She's like, they caught her off guard. So she didn't even have enough time to think everything through. Like, do I really, really want to? And she disobeyed her instincts. And she repeated after the Baba. Baba said, say it 3 times. She said it 3 times. And they gave her something to drink. Well, I think it was water in a jar. They gave her to drink. She drank the water. And that was the end. She left and went back to Maminda that same night. 1 week later, all her documents were ready, visa ready, flight ticket ready, everything. Now, how does she leave Bamenda? She stays with her auntie. Lina stays with her auntie. She was an only child. She's an orphan. So her auntie too is like a struggling woman. They're there in Bamenda. They're managing. Her auntie is like, where are you going to, my daughter? She's like, oh, she found a job. She applied online and they took her. And they are covering her expenses. It's part of the package. The auntie is feeling uneasy, but she's like, anyway, it looks like you've made up your mind, so no problem. I don't have anything to say. All I can tell you is good luck and may God be with you. That's how Lina left from Bamenda again, came, took her flight, and went to Kuwait. When she reached Kuwait, Madam B came and took her from the airport. All smiles, nice, laughing, hugging. Oh, my daughter, welcome. Nice to meet you. Lina has reached Bush. Hey, everywhere is shining. Everywhere is clean. She's like, oh God, thank you. Thank you for my blessings. Finally, I'm one step closer to my destiny. That destiny that I know that you have kept for me. I'm one step closer to that. Madam B takes her to a nice hotel, not expensive hotel, but like a nice looking hotel. She keeps her bag, she bathes. Madam B is like, oh, I'm so happy you're here. Thank God for safe flight. Then Madam B is like, oh, where are your documents? When you come here like that, you need to take your documents so that they go and stamp it before I have to make documents to show that you'll be staying with me. That's why I brought you to a hotel. So give me your documents, like your visa, your passport, so that when I have to go and declare that, oh, I will be having a new worker in my restaurant. Mind you, this girl came here to come and work in a restaurant, so that's a job that they told her that she will have. So she gave her documents to Madam B. Oh. She gave her passport and everything to Madam B, and Madam B left. Lina was there that evening. She bathed, took a hot bath, she rested. Auntie was only dreaming about how her life has really changed and everything. She's not even imagining what was waiting for her on the other side of the curtain. The next day in the morning, Madam B comes. Oh, have you slept well? Lina is like, yes, I slept well. Oh, the night was good. I'm really happy I'm here. That kind of discussion. Then Madam B is like, okay, where's something casual? We have to go to the mall and, have to go shopping. Lina is there thinking that Madam B wants to shop for her, for herself, Madam B. When they get there, Madam B is like, oh, try this on. Lina discovers that, Mama, even shopping too is inside the matter. She's happy, she's speaking. Madam B is picking the clothes for her. She's happy. Jewelry, clothes, hair, shoe, bag. Lena realizes that those clothes that this woman is speaking for her. She like the woman is not asking her that what type of things do you like to wear. The woman is just picking skimpy outfits. Though ventre et cuisse dehors, tout le monde dehors. She's like, why is this woman picking me this type of clothes? But she's like, anyway, let me not be ungrateful. So she stays there. They have bought her clothes, they have bought her shoes, they have bought her everything. She carries them back to the hotel. Madam B separates with her and tells her that, okay, in the morning, I'll send my guy to come and get you in the morning. Somebody will come and take you from here in the morning and bring you to me. So just, pack your things because you now come and stay where my other workers are staying. And then from there now, that's when I'll take you to the restaurant where you'll be working. No problem. Dinner sleeps, and then in the morning, as promised by Madam B, somebody knocks on her hotel room door. He says that he's here on behalf of Madam B. Lena dresses up, they take all her stuff, they sign up from the hotel, and he follows the guy. She goes to the place, expecting to probably get to like a restaurant or something. She gets to the place, it's a mansion, very beautiful mansion. It has many, many rooms. It has a pool downstairs. It's really nice. There are cats everywhere. There are dogs. She's like, where? Which type of place is this? Like, this is a very beautiful home. Wow, Madam B has really made it in this Kuwait. They lead her to a room where Madam B was sitting, and there were like 3 or 4 other girls in that same room. The girls were just looking quiet. They were just quiet, reserved. And then when Lena tried to smile, kind of you're looking at somebody, you're trying to greet them, and the person is not really, the person does not want to greet, does not want to talk. She's just on her own. And when like their eyes are looking like they're sad, they've been crying, but Lena did not pay attention to it. Lena sits there, and then Madam B comes because Madam B was in the room, but she was like in a chamber. So Madam B comes out. Lena's like, "Oh, Madam, good morning." Da, 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 da. Madam B just looks at her. that Madam B that was smiling 2 days ago and the previous day, that Madam B has gone. Madam B has left. That Madam B has left the group chat. That Madam B has left the group chat. Now she meets a Madam B that is, stern looking, just looking at her like, who are you talking to? Who gave you the audacity to talk to me? She's like, what did I do? Did I do something? Well, that's what she's thinking in her mind, but of course she doesn't voice it out. Hey, by the time she wants to notice, she starts quiet. Madam B just let the room be quiet. Everybody's quiet. Madam B now wakes up and clears her throat. You now owe me 6 million francs. You now owe me 6 million francs. And you will stay here and you will walk your money off until you finish paying me. And if you don't, and if you try to run their cameras, their dogs, and if you succeed in running, know that you go mad. You remember the oath you took. Lena is like, when the 1 million francs turned to 6 million francs? Madam B is like, so you think that I bought those dresses when we were shopping yesterday? You think I used stone? The hotel you slept in yesterday and the other night, you think I used meat? You think I plucked my hair to pay for it? Of course, it's part of your bill. So all of that, your money has come to 6 million francs and you pay for it. Then Lena is like, but madam, this doesn't look like a restaurant. He say, auntie, this is where you work and this is where you pay off your debts. Hey, Lena say, I don't enter one chance. I don't enter one chance. Hey, God. Then what can she do? What can she do? What are you doing? Madam B continue. The men will come and they will ask for you, and you will go and satisfy them, and you will bring my money. Hey, all of a sudden, that Lina's auntie's 1-bedroom house in Bamenda started looking like a mansion. She was like, oh, who will just take me back to Cameroon? Who will take me back to Bamenda City? Let me just go and sit in my auntie's house. Let's just be eating our gari, even if that is all we had. Bamenda, first of all, doesn't lack food. There's always something in the backyard. There's always something that you can go and get to eat. You say, oh, who first send her? Who first send her Palava Kuwait? Who first send her to come and started imagining, did my friend Gum, did she know about this thing? Was I set up? Does is innocent? But anyway, that was Lina's new life. She wake up in the morning. Their job was to wake up, dress up, look pretty. The clothes and the shoes and the makeup that they bought for them, they wear them every day. And they wait when the client comes in, client as in man, when the man comes in, the man makes his pick from the girls, and then, they go and do their job and they pay. But when they pay the money, they don't pay to the girls themselves. So they pay to Madam B. And then Madam B cuts everything and claims that, oh, even while they're staying there, they are eating and they have to pay rent for the housing, and they have to pay for lights and water and everything. So finally, Lina realized after a few weeks that she's there, she's working, people are paying the money, but at the end of the day, she doesn't have a kobo. So how does she save to be able to pay? Who dig this pit for Lina? Who dig this pit for Lina? Anyway, let's smash fire. Lina realized that she was in prison, literal prison. That's how days were passing, nights were passing, weeks were passing, years were passing. Lina was there for 2 years plus, nothing to show for it. Her bill, her debts kept adding with Madam B, and her bills kept piling, and nothing to show, no savings, nothing. Mind you, remember they took all her documentations from her. She doesn't have any passport, no visa, no money, no phone. Oh, by the way, the day she got to the mansion, her phone was taken from her as well. So she has no way to reach her auntie, no way to call Ngum, no way to get to anybody, or even to, cry for help on social media. There was no way. The girls had no access to any of that. It was really a sad situation. Lena would sit and think about her auntie, like, Mom, what's my auntie really thinking now? That I came to Kuwait, I've abandoned her. Maybe my auntie isn't thinking that I've hammered and I threw her, down the drain. Meanwhile, that's not the case. If I told my auntie to see how I'm suffering, God, wahala. Wahala. The guy, and it didn't just end at them satisfying the men. Some of them were very, 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 violent. Some of them beat them up sometimes, and they'll fall sick, and Madam B will not even look at them. They will get everything from the money. That's why their debt kept is increasing as the years go by. As the years went by, their debts kept increasing, because if you're sick, if you're on your menses, nobody cares. They will get every single penny from the money you're making them to keep owing, and the cycle continues. One day, while they were, doing their normal routine, you wake up and you bathe and you dress up and you wait for a client. So one day, one man came into the mansion, of course, looking for what every other man was coming there to look for. And then the man he looked at Lina. Lina was like, oh, okay, one more client for me today. He looked at Lina and then, told Madam B that that's the girl I want. Madam B, of course, permitted it. So when they went into the private chamber, the guy looked at him like, you look a bit different from the other girls. Something about you is different. What's your story? Lina say, hey, this man wants to put me in trouble. This man wants to put me in trouble. And I said, no, 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 no. She's okay. There's no story. She's here, she's working, she enjoys what she's doing. Madam B has been very kind to her. The man is like, no, you can trust me. I don't want the superficial story you tell everybody. Tell me about you. How did you find yourself here? That's how Lena started panicking again. The man held her hand and comfort and encouraged her, told her that just speak up, speak up. Listen, I'm here to help you if I can in any way. Lina, in her mind, she's like, what else can I lose? I'm already down. You cannot put me down again. Down now. The only thing that will come after this is death. And it was good to have somebody that would even ask you that, to ask her that, oh, how are you doing? What's happening? She's never had anybody ask her any question that sounded like the person was caring or the person was concerned. Nothing. She's not had that thing she went to Kuwait. So she sat down, started crying, started shaking, and she told the man everything that was happening, how she got there, and how all her documents were seized and all of that. And she was panicking and she was shaking. And she was asking the man, if you have any way that you can help me, please do. I'll be forever grateful. All those type of things. And the man was like, I understand. Don't worry. And I don't know why I was drawn to you, but I am here undercover. We've been doing we've been doing research on Madam B for a long time, and this is my own way of infiltrating the system to understand exactly what's happening here. Hmm. Secret Service 101 to understand what's happening here. Dina was like, God, though, finally I've remembered me today. The man told her that, okay, what's going to happen is that I don't think that you will last here long, because from the way I see you, you are very fragile. I don't think that you will last here long. So what's going to happen is that we'll find a way to get you out of here first. But we'll need to keep in touch when you leave this place, because I need your testimony to add to the testimonies we already have. The problem is your testimony is not enough, because Madam B is just a small drop of water in the big sting operation that is happening around the world. They do trafficking of drugs and human beings and many other things. So we really need we cannot just use one thing to bring them down. We need to really make our case heavy. So what's going to happen is that I'll come here tomorrow. Just be ready around 7 and try to avoid, taking clients before I come. So try to hide or whatever you do, but don't let me not come by 7 and Madam Lee says you're busy. Just try to figure out a way to avoid that. Then I like, oh, I'll do my best. The man leaves. Let's call him Mr. J. Okay, let's call him Mr. J. So Mr. J now goes, before he leaves, he meets Madam B and he's like, oh, I really loved your girl, the one you gave me today. I'm coming back tomorrow and I would like her to accompany me to an event. Madam B is like, because that is actually part of her services. She allows girls accompaniment, to town for events or whatever it is. Like somehow escort service, something like that. So Madam B was okay. He's like, oh, that comes at an extra fee. The guy was like, no problem. I'm aware. Just, send me the bill and I'm going to sort it out. Madam B calls Lina. Oh, you make sure you get ready tomorrow. Dye you have your plastic clothes that I got for you. Go among them, find something nice, look nice, and you have somewhere to be tomorrow 7 p.m. Be ready on time. Oh. Time is money. Don't use all that drama. Lina is there trying to compose herself so that nobody should be suspicious of what's happening. Madam B goes to sleep. Lina cannot sleep that evening. She's anxious. She's up the whole night. What if the man doesn't come? What if Mr. J was lying? What if Mr. J sets me up? What if? Hey, Lina's brain was just going up and down, up and down, up and down. No problem. The next day we reached, and true to his word, Mr. J got there at 6:45. 6:45, came and took Lina with him to the car. Of course, Madam B will not allow her merchandise to go unsupervised. So of course she sent somebody to follow them to where they were going to. But Lina had informed Mr. J about this process. So Mr. J strategically chose where they were going to. He found this restaurant that has 2 entries. So you can enter from the back and leave from the front, or you can leave from the back and enter from the front, whichever. You understand what I'm trying to say? So Mr. J took her to that place. And when he was coming to pick her up, he didn't come with his car. He came with a rental. But of course, nobody knows that's a rental. He knows he came with a rental and took Lina from the mansion to the restaurant. And the person that was following them was parked outside. I'm not sure that he was aware that particular restaurant has 2 entries, but so he parked outside and he was, waiting for them to come out, like just to monitor. And I'm sure he was monitoring the car. They came in this car, so they'll definitely go back in that car. Not knowing that Mr. J and Lina, as they got into the restaurant, they just crossed and went to the other side, got into the car and left. Mr. J took her straight to the authorities, straight to the station, and then from there she explained everything. They took her statement and repatriated her back to Cameroon ASAP. ASAP. Mr. J gave her $100 to hold on her since she didn't have any money. And then Mr. J also gave her his number. Like, okay, when you get there, make sure you call me. Let me know if you're home safe. Thank God. That's how Lina's life was saved. That's how Lina got into Cameroon to the agency and found herself in Bamenda. She told her auntie everything that happened. Oh, panic. Everybody was like, my goodness, thank God for your life. She got there. Now you ask me that, what about the curse? What about the madness? It turns out that Madam B does all that stunts like that. She's not using juju. She does that so that you should be placed on you psychologically. You think that she's using that. So you are gonna already taken the oath. But that oath is not bound by anything. She drank empty water. There was nothing in the water. And that's what she has been doing over the years to scare young girls, to scare them into doing exactly what it is that she wants them to do. So they don't have the liver to run because they think that will get mad. Can you imagine? Then in Cameroon as well, when her friend Ngum, her friend Ngum she heard her friend Ngum has been locked up because she tried to do that to somebody and then the person, I don't know, it backfired. That one, I don't know, but it backfired and then Ngum was in prison in Cameroon because they caught her. It turns out that Ngum supplies people to Madam B for a cut. So Ngum sold her friend to Madam B for a commission. I don't know how much it is, but the fact that Ngum was still in the same place, if I even in a worse place than they met her, shows that the cut is not even much. We thank God for Lina's life. Lina is fine. Lina is safe today, and that's how she was able to see the story. But I think that there are a lot of women, a lot of young girls that are going through this or that are in this position. I'm sure there are many people now that are about to make the decision: should I travel? Should I not travel? But they don't even know what's on the other side of the curtain. Some people are not genuine when they come to you with opportunities. Not everybody that tells you that, oh, there's this opportunity somewhere that is genuine. No. Some people are just using you as their own means to their own end. So when you say traveling opportunity, do your own personal research. Don't just go on the word of the person that is telling you. Research the country you're going to. Research the country you're going to. Research the process. Research the job. If you're going to go and work in a restaurant, at least Google it to see where that, because it's not like here. Most restaurants that will be taking people from Cameroon to wherever to go and work. If it's a proper restaurant, it should be available on Google. At least Google it. If you notice in the story, you do not hear Lina Google anything or do any research. She just went on the voice of her friend Ngum and she did everything that Ngum told her to do. And that's how she found herself being literally a slave for like 2 years and a half. Let's be guided. Let's be guided.